one of the scariest moments for me actually on a crew, that definitely I learned a lot that day, was not in fact was not a fire thing at all, but we had some rain come in and we had mass flooding all over the hill. And when the ground's burnt and you get that much water coming down, it just becomes a slip and slide. It's hard to even describe, and the whole mountain starts sloughing off and things are coming down. And that was a big eye-opener for me. And now I know, when I'm out there, that was kind of happened when I was a squad boss earlier on in my career. And now, I'm always so conscious of the rain, which is kind of a funny, maybe counterintuitive of what people would think about when you're on a fire. But for me, that was a really intense moment. And just to realize that the rains can come in and just basically almost wash a mountain away. And you've got debris coming down, you've got trees falling down, you've got, huge mudslides, and, trying to get everybody off the hill safely, which we did. Everybody responded really professionally and got down and got where they needed to be. But, as far as a pivotal moment, that was a big one, just because it's a real eye-opener. There's been a bunch of times, I guess, as far as just interacting with other people that were impactful to me. Sometimes the broad variety of individuals we encounter out there, whether it's some of the old time, the fallers that you run into that have lots of stories and lots of history, to maybe some of the native crews, and they've got a different cultures and kind of some different stories, and interacting with them, and other hot shot crews and other contract crews, and just the diversity. And I really like that. I like to be able to interact with different people that maybe are slightly different or have a different experience with firefighting. And then just, the training. I mean, that's always been a big thing for me. I love to, like I was saying, I love to build people up. So I love to take opportunities to teach somebody, a little bit about the weather, or a little bit about fire behavior, or, watch somebody, how they respond to their first experience with big fire, and kind of walk them through it. And, when the adrenaline's done pumping and you take them back, and, how'd that feel? And, what were you thinking? What were you doing? Okay. And, we work on it. And I love that. I love to be able to interact with people on that level. I love to educate. And so I think some of my biggest, most impactful moments have definitely been that, has almost been on the teaching side of it, when I've had an opportunity to take somebody who maybe hasn't seen it before, let them experience it for the first time, and then, kind of educate them and walk them through that. And, you're going to be okay, and we're going to make this, and, this is awesome. This is what we do. And that's always been fun for me.